Yeah, it would be cool. Definitely talk about the stand-up comedian shit because we talk about it all the time, and like Devin's kind of trying to do the same thing.
Oh, we can do it together.
Oh, imagine a comedic duo stand-up.
Like, he goes with me, so like if he bombs or if I bomb, then we make ourselves feel better.
That's a good idea.
You know
That's actually a good idea.
Well, like,
there's a comedy show that we were gonna go to, right?
No, there's a comedy club every Friday.
Or a comedy club, yeah.
Is it open mic?
You can sign up.
Yeah, you guys should sign up.
Are you talking about the Lancaster's, the Rusty Nail one? Cause it's
that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's the one that I go to. It's really.
Have you? Good?
Oh, it's.
Have
good,
you performed?
The tickets are $20.
Yeah, they're kind of expensive. It's
I mean,
not like a pale situation.
$20. It's, and then you go and then you sign up, and then you guys gotta hype each other up to do it.
The problem with Kill Tony is that you have to put your sign up, but buy the ticket. Yeah. So you could be going paying $50 every week.
I know, but you know what? I don't think that many people sign up.
Yeah, we have like 200 names.
What?
Yeah, in the basket.
He's like 200 names in the bucket.
Yeah.
How come I always see like the same people sometimes, like the same motherfuckers?
Luck of the draw.
After this podcast, we're gonna show you guys like 5 minutes of Kill Tony.
I've watched tons of Kill Tony.
Oh, you know you gotta check it out.
It's wild that I've never heard this person.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of
You know Tony Hinchcliffe?
No.
He's always on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he's got Netflix.
I don't watch Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, it's a bad reference then.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Good point.
He writes for like the Comedy Central roast. He does that.
He's like this skinny, flamboyant kind of dude.
Yeah.
But he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny. He's fucking funny.
And he runs this show or live podcast comedy thing, sort of whatever you want to call it. It's like stand-up comedy.
It's just a vibe because they all
mix with a little bit of podcast.
Joke with each other.
Yeah, but that's the best when it's like organic.
Yeah, and that is totally all organic. They make the most fuck jokes. There's no filter. You just say whatever the fuck you are. They're gonna know some fuck topics, and it's like it's great. They just go all over the book.
And
with
then
it.
like if you do well, like he'll just give you. Like, he gave the one guy, he's like, hey, you want to go to the Forum in LA? Like, you can open for me? And he's like, sure.
Yeah.
And that's, like, a big stadium. And, like, if you do well, he'll give you, like, another job opportunity. Or they're going to Madison Square Garden. He like, Red Band, he always asks people to, like, open for him on his because he does a weekly thing. Like, it's like, you go there, you do well, like, they'll give you, it's like they're trying to look for talent.
Plus they have the weekly spot, so it's the same, until they get, like, voted off or whatever, you can perform every week there. On it, right? Like Hans Kim is the current
weekly guy. I didn't know that.
Hans Kim.
Hans Kim has a weekly spot there, so he's there every week until someone knocks him off. So like, you know, they give those little books out.
Yeah. The
things.
Joke books.
Yeah, the joke books.
Yeah.
You get enough joke books, right? You get to either they give you like you said, you can open for this guy, you can come back next week, blah blah blah, kind of thing, right? Hans Kim won enough of them.
I feel like too.
No, but they had a thing where he was making out with random girls.
Who, Hans Kim?
Like every week.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Like, alright, who wants to make it with Hans this week? And they just pull up a random girl.
From the fucking crowd. They do fuck shit. Like, they got a band there. They get like a band plays music and back to each joke and shit.
It's fucked.
It's
almost everybody bombs though, right? Because it's all amateurs.
It's a lot of amateurs.
Yeah, but you have to be really
good.
okay with people like looking at you and being like, why the fuck are you up
absolutely,
here?
It's ruthless. And then at the end of your set, they make fun of you for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but you get to have like a comedic conversation with them, you know?
But that, see, I think the whole like interview process as well is they're looking like if you can be funny with questions on the spot. And I feel like a lot of these guys, they go serious, well, I'm from here, right? But you could start firing back and take what they say and flip it, and then they're like, whoa, like, that's like a part.
Some people do that. Some people do that.
Like American Idol, though, people think they're funny, and then they go up there like, I'm really not that funny. Like, I'm not that great.
Yeah. Oh, people get, you can tell the people's faces, nobody's told them that they suck.
Yeah.
Right? They get up there and they think they killed it, and like, you were terrible. Oh, they're like, what?
Yeah.
They're like, yo, how long have you been doing this? And one guy was like, how long have you been doing this? And he's like, 10 years. And they're like, ooh. Yeah. Because he was awful.
Yeah, but you don't think that they record themselves, though?
They just have that much confidence where they're like,
but
I'm good.
Need to like literally have somebody that's going to look at it from like multiple like facets. Like you need somebody that's like from an office and doesn't like fart jokes or slapstick jokes. And then you have to get people that are likes like the raunchy humor.
Yeah.
And it has to be like,
well, they got a good mix.
This.
There is a good mix, yeah. But I also think because
They got a good mix of
I'll
it.
see some jokes, I'll be like, that's funny, but the delivery was just shit. And that could just be from that they were nervous or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that is funny, but he
Yeah, but
just,
then you have to try it
just
at
didn't
like
say
small
it right.
pubs and shit first and get over
Yeah.
it. Like, you really just have to get over it. Because if you have great jokes and you're not, like, confident, then you're not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are going to be, like, paying attention to the fact that you're, like, really nervous.
Like the open micers that I've seen, usually they understand how to build a joke like in a stand-up way, but the jokes aren't funny. So their delivery is actually like pretty spot on, and it's like they did, they do the whole thing, but when they get to the punchline, you're like, that was terrible.
No.
But you know how to present the joke, like they watch
the joke
enough.
doesn't have to be that funny. It's just
Right.
how you present it.
So, alrighty guys, welcome to is this episode 40? Episode number. I'm so used to grabbing the mic because I never had to share with anybody. Again, welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 39 or 40. I'm not sure. I think it's 40. I keep looking at you, but what do you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't have the
Yeah,
answers.
he's got nothing but air in his head right now. We have a special guest tonight. This is our friend Susanna, aka Glam and Grit 91. You guys can check out her content, and we're gonna basically kind of intro her to you guys and allow her to kind of tell you guys what she's about and all that jazz, and then we're just kind of gonna freestyle it and talk about a few different topics. So stay tuned.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
Thank you for watching. Susanna just asked if we have an intro.
Small clip, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. She's never watched an episode of the show.
Never
but yet,
checks the
yet
captions
here she
for
is.
any of the clips either. Go
I
check
like
the full
watch-
video on my YouTube.
That's Guatemalan privilege, if you ask me.
Can't get them all, right?
So, like I said before the intro that I do have, this is our friend Glam and Grit 91. I've worked with her for a matter of years now, actually. So that's kind of how we were introduced to each other. But she does content on TikTok, and I think you're probably trying to like make that happen a little bit more too,
Yeah.
right?
Not like on a higher level, but like
You want to do more,
do
right?
all right.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Jess Jacobson,
Mm.
that level. Do you know who that is?
No.
No,
Okay.
that's a reference that went over everyone's head. Who's Jess Jacobson? Who's Jess Jacobson?
She's like a ginger female. She makes like short clips, like they're very like low production clips about stuff that goes on in her life.
Okay, so that's kind of like what you were trying to aim for then, something similar.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like high production value
Yeah.
type stuff.
But like that style of presentation.
Because everybody relates to like little micro stories that you
Yep.
have during the day because they're funny.
Yeah.
Because some shit's funny, and then some people don't have people to go home and talk to about it. Because I talk to my husband about everything funny that happens to me, and he laughs.
Yeah.
Because he has to.
Yeah, he has no choice.
He
He has no choice.
I am
It's true.
funny, but
Ha ha ha! Oh yeah, definitely was hilarious. But you're trying to do like that like relatable kind of content, right?
Yeah.
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 Honestly, that blows up. Like that's like probably half of TikTok, right? Like is people
Yeah.
just kind of their everyday lives sort of situations.
I remember she made a joke about like guys staring at her butt. She's like, "You could do a colonoscopy, but I don't have to see you. Like, just don't let me catch you."
What? I would be so complimented if anyone looked at my butt ever, and they like I saw them. I'm like, oh, nice. That's like it's.
I
You don't
feel
think so? Like if somebody's checking you
Wait,
out.
what?
Like up your ass?
No, like
But I
she's
feel
just
like-
walking down the street and someone looks at your ass.
Oh, I thought you
She's
were
not like.
I would be,
colonoscopy.
I would be
nice.
complimented, but I feel like it's because you haven't had it happen to you multiple times.
I think
It
maybe.
gets very, very old, and you're like, "Oh, of course you're staring at my ass. Like I have a vagina. Yes, you're staring
So-
at me. Like, it's nothing new." And it's like it's like the I think it's like the base compliment. Like it's like that's the like.
Which guys
The
don't
lowest-
get that. So I think it's like
Yeah, so they're like, oh, well, obviously, like, she should be commenting. It's like, and then if you are, they
Yeah.
look at you and they go, well, shit, that's all she cares about. So you
I-
can't really win.
But if someone was looking at me and just like admiring if I had any kind of like physical attributes like that, I'd be like, this is amazing. I'm so happy. This is like I'm so
Yeah,
basking in this
literally.
right now. Like
Cat call me
thank
every
you.
day.
Yeah, like
I feel
do
like
you
girls
think-
don't compliment
I know that-
guys.
Do you think that
enough.
you're maybe that like
Yeah,
a
but-
lot of women take it for granted? Like
Oh
the
my
attention
God.
they get? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out
I
there.
think they feel like it's the wrong type of attention. You know what I mean?
And like what I'm saying is like most dudes would be so appreciative if they got checked out or complimented or catcalled.
Yeah.
What's the psychology behind that?
I do, because like you think that that's all we're there for.
Do you? Yeah. Okay.
So that's like maybe that's not.
Yeah.
But the way that we think of that is like that's all you see us as.
But like that's all you.
I get that. I get.
Yeah.
It's harmless. It's not meant to be rude. It's not meant to be like.
Some people probably is not harmless if they have like weird tendencies, right?
But it's so, like that's how women probably have been portrayed and perceived for so long that like we just go, you know, we have a brain. Just because you guys have dicks, it doesn't mean get any, you know.
I know, but like if I'm just walking by you on the street, like I don't know what you're about up here. All I can see is what's here, right? So if I see you and I'm attracted to it, I'm not gonna be like, man, I wonder if she has like such a nice brain. I'm gonna be like,
I wonder if she has an amazing personality.
like I'm never gonna see you again.
I understand.
You know?
I understand that. I can understand. I can get that. It is.
And it's like weird to me if like that like women don't. I guess women do check out guys, but not in so obvious ways.
I think
it's
what
like
breaks it is that like the 75% is literally like ugly guys.
Maybe.
It's
Yeah.
like guys are like, it's almost like the audacity. Like, why do you think that you have?
Shooter's gotta shoot, you know?
It's nice when a cute guy looks at you like that.
Yeah.
But like 90% of the time, it's
that is like the line
cute
between
guys.
flirting and harassment, whether you're attractive or not.
Unfortunately.
I do think so.
Right?
I can agree with that
Like
too.
if say like Tom Cruise came up to you and maybe that's a bad example.
Yeah, it is a bad.
But
example.
whoever you think of it, Michael B. Jordan or something came up to you, or like if I came up to you, I would be creepy. If Michael B. Jordan came up to you, you'd be like, wow, what a god. I love that man. Right?
Wait, where does that?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Where does
makes
that
sense.
line get drawn? Because like that's what Dave Chappelle did a bit. He's like, listen, if Michael Jackson touched me as a kid, it's Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like it ain't some weirdo creep that has no money. It's Michael fucking Jackson.
Yeah.
Touch
Yeah,
my dick.
I understand that. That doesn't make sense. But for me, like.
Well, like I feel like any female can compliment. Like if some old lady at the store was like, "You're so handsome," I would be like, "Thank you,
Yeah.
I appreciate that." Like if some old dude came up to you and was like,
because you guys don't get it enough.
I know.
Most don't do that. But listen,
Yeah.
the girls that have you ever been in a bar?
It's
where,
an
like,
imbalance. Girls
not
get it too much, guys don't get it
that-
enough.
They'll hit on you because they're thirsty, right?
I haven't met too many girls that will approach a guy in a bar.
Strip club.
Yeah, because they're paid to be there. They're paid to be there.
Now you think.
Same ways the waitress keeps coming up to my table and asking me how I am.
Do you know how hilarious it is? I will tell you something about how hilarious it is to listen to the guys who are like, yeah, I went to Morty's and the server was looking at me. She didn't like
Yeah,
you.
she had no choice.
She had no choice. She wanted a tip
Yeah.
and let me bet you $5. You wrote your number on the fucking receipt
And
and you
tipped
gave
her
her a
well.
lot of money.
Yeah.
Done.
Done.
She won.
And then she
You
did
lost.
this.
Yeah.
See
She's
ya.
like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's why I don't
Yeah.
tip.
That's
Oh my god.
no. You know what?
He
That's
doesn't
like-
fall for the shit.
You know what?
I don't tip.
I watch fucking Reservoir Dogs and yeah, ever since then, no. But
Ever since I watched Reservoir Dogs, they don't tip.
Yeah, Devin barely
anymore.
tips. I will actually vouch for that.
well, I don't tip for the
You know
Uber
what?
drivers.
We could have a conversation with
Yeah, I
tipping.
don't tip. I don't tip the Uber.
And like if I go and get a slice of pizza and they have the tip option, I'm not fucking tipping.
Yeah, they almost always have it now.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, it's
Like,
literally
there's a lot
everywhere.
of things I don't
Everything.
tip on. I'll
like,
tip
if you
at a
breathe, it's
restaurant.
like here we just
Tipping has kind of
Wow.
gotten out of control.
It
Can
has.
we all agree on that?
It has.
It's kind of gotten out of
Go to the
control.
goddamn
18%.
You know
The
what?
meme,
I
the
would
memes
tip
about
you for
tipping
being
are
amazing.
absolutely
At the
killing
gas
me.
Oh, see,
station.
now I'll be dreaming about that. You saying that all night now.
At the
Okay.
gas station, which is self-serve, they want a tip. It's like, fuck did you tip? Fuck did you?
Yeah.
Or like self checkout at the grocery store. It's like, yeah, the tip.
Yeah, like, and they used to make server wage, right, in Ontario?
Yeah.
Now they make minimum wage, which is like
Yeah.
$17.
But it makes sense though because people assume that the next person is going to tip. That's why.
No, so, but now that they got minimum wage, is there an argument to say, why are we tipping?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Do you, okay,
I don't think so.
like,
If
so,
it's a high volume, like if there's a lot of people, then yeah, I'll tip because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of mental stimulation to talk to like X amount of people because I have been a server.
No, I'm playing devil's advocate here because like I've never been a server and I would be a terrible server. I would be an awful server. So here's my question: is like, so is it the level of effort that is deserving? Like that's why you're deserving the tips. Is like you're putting.
I think so. Yeah, you shouldn't get a tip for just being there.
So like
if there's like nobody in the restaurant and you have like 2 people, but you still give really good service and you're not like sitting on your phone in the little where the coffee maker is and doing this, and obviously
You get a tip.
You get a tip.
You get a tip.
I tip. I'm not saying that, but I wouldn't tip
20%.
if there wasn't pressure, and I would never tip 20%.
I'll tip like
You
even.
never tip 20%.
I have tipped 20%, but I never would again.
Okay.
My views on
I'd say-
tipping
I'd
is
say-
like is
What
altering.
about those?
I'll tip 15.
What about those companies that already put their gratuity charge in?
That I don't appreciate, and I will ask them to take that off. That's bullshit. If I want to tip, it's on my. So, like, what if
And
the
then
server is
there's
terrible?
Another thing I was wondering.
Yeah,
about.
I've actually taken my tip back before.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna. Well, I will because I'm gonna say Ethel's. The one lady, I had like a $5 bill, and I gave it to her, and she kind of looked at me, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take that back.
Yeah.
And I took it back. I don't care if you're
Yeah.
rude. I don't care if it's appropriate or not.
Yeah.
I will take my money back.
Yeah.
Don't be rude. It takes 2 seconds to be nice. You can be nice.
I already said it's just as easy to be rude as it is to be nice. So why not be nice, right?
Is-
Being rude is being
There
rude.
is a mystery that I've always been wondering, and I was wondering, because talk about tipping. What do you think the tipping culture is like in Israel?
doesn't exist. I bet, but that's a joke. Right?
There's places that you're not
I bet
supposed
you
to
it's.
tip.
Hey, hold on. I got a good. I bet you it's the bomb.
Yeah.
Like in Iceland, there's no tipping, and you don't tip.
Yeah, but
In Europe, it just doesn't really-
Everything is so
Jews,
expensive there, though.
and they don't
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I would never
That was
live in
the-
Iceland. The taxes is way too high,
Mm-hmm.
and I live in Canada. That's saying a lot.
Like they got a lot of.
But I think tipping is more of a North American thing than anything. Like when I was in Italy, Germany, like
England it is.
nobody was tipping out there.
No, you tip
England?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I watched this little girl's
But
tip.
what are the wages, though?
Well, we're making, but then now the argument for wages is kind of gone because like you're making the same as everyone else. Like
Yeah.
before, you were making say it was 14 and it was like $9.50 for server or something like that. When minimum wage is 14.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're making $5 an hour less because you're getting the tips.
Yeah.
But now if you're making the same as
But-
someone that works at Walmart or Timmy's,
Depending where you work, though, you can actually rack a shitload up in tips.
Hold on,
like,
pause.
and
Yeah, but you
Pause?
have like a.
can we say pause for a sec?
sorry guys, we took a piss break. Plus, the camera was about to go out.
You pissed in this.
Yeah,
No.
someone pissed
That's
there.
disgusting. Who the fuck did
Someone
that?
pissed there. Susanna pissed upstairs. So yeah, what we were talking about
Tipping
tipping.
culture,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
fuck. Tipping is tipping, man. It's just
Yeah.
I think it could be less. The only time I really will make sure I tip is when I'm on a date. Like I tip every time, but if I'm on a date,
No, I'll tip at a
Yeah,
restaurant.
I'll
you
tip
have
a little
to,
higher.
Because that
Right?
would make her be like.
Hey,
you know what I do?
You
You know what I do?
Have you,
You're not gonna respect me
tipping
or my
in
vagina.
America is completely different than Canada.
What's that?
Tipping in America is completely different than Canada because when you write your check, they swipe your card and then you write on a piece of paper
Sure.
how much you want to tip. I have a problem with it because like
They can just take for whatever they
can
want.
take whenever.
They just
But you
rinse
can
you.
do like a 2 and then like make it a 3.
You know what I do?
Yeah.
You know what I do in Canada? I'll tip at like Subway.
What if you sucked?
Okay.
And you wrote 0, and then you wrote 1 beside the
I
fucking
would just
0.
write-
You
I
know
would
what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, that's greasy.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like,
greasy.
Yeah.
$100.
Give it like a check, just put a line
What?
through the whole thing so nobody can
Fuck
write
my
over
whole
top of
bank
it.
That's why I don't like it.
Oh, God.
But, Suzanne, this question is for you.
Uh,
What is it like being a woman in construction?
that's rough.
That's a good question. Yeah, to preface this, you guys know that me and Devontae, we call him Devontae in construction actually. Me and Devontae worked together on construction, and Susanna was also there.
Yeah.
So it was a trifecta. So,
Trifecta.
but as you can probably assume, there's not that many females in construction, right?
Yeah,
Is it weird?
there are, but some of them are kind of.
Well, let's say like 90% of the workers are men, right?
Yeah.
Like when we worked together recently, even at the other company, recently we were the only girl at that company, right? Like the last company we were at.
There's that one girl, but she's on service.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. So 2 out of like 150 people.
I don't know. I just don't get offended that easily.
Yeah, but is it like, do you?
No, I
I guess I would try and ask, like, you can't really make the comparison because you've never been a dude. But do you see people treating you differently than they would say treat Ethan or Lucas or, you know?
Well, like you're not invited into certain conversations.
Right. Do you okay? So that's insightful because I'm like genuinely curious. So like you find like when you walk into a room, people will stop talking about certain things.
No, but like it's like there's certain conversations like I don't give a fuck if you talk shit about like your wife. Or,
Yeah.
I don't give it like you are who you are. I don't really give a shit like what does it change if I know how big of a people.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, you can't say that if you're in a conversation like because you guys like when women are in a group too like we talk shit about you guys.
Absolutely.
We throw darts. We say
For sure.
shit that isn't fair. So I'm not gonna go to somewhere where it's like it would be like a male nurse going in and like being like, oh my god, you guys have to change. You can't do that.
Yeah,
you
agreed.
just can't do that, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like, people can just say things and like not mean. You know what I mean?
There's no harm intent.
They can just say things and it not be like everything be taken for like face value.
Because like me personally, I
really don't give a shit if somebody has like even if somebody said something whatever like it's I don't care. Like I literally don't care. I'm not gonna go and run to the hall or say something. Like, I genuinely don't care.
Yeah, because like I always like I think I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. I've never like switched up when you're around. I always say the same dumb shit.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. But I don't like. I just don't care.
But I'll say this: there's one guy that we were working with, and I'll believe his name because he hasn't watched this a couple times. But one guy was like, he'd be like, "Well, Susanna's around." You can probably tell by that crazy impression. Yeah. Susanna's around. We gotta, you know.
Is he crazy?
It's crazy.
Oh, okay.
No, not crazy. Just a guy. Yes, it's him. It's who you're thinking. He's right. He's like Susanna's.
Then apologize. Don't try to backtrack. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like
I don't think he was.
You can say whatever you want to my face. That's fine. Say whatever you want. But the minute you try to be like skeevy, be like, oh, I didn't say that. It's like, okay, no, I don't like you.
See, I've actually gotten in trouble from another guy. And he said, "Hey, there's like a girl right there. You're gonna really talk about this?"
I don't think that's appropriate for him to say.
Because it also
that's what
makes
he said to me,
like...
and I was like mid conversation. It wasn't you, but it was a different girl walking in. I don't care, and like I'm not gonna end my story. Like I was mid, like I was almost at the climax, and then he's like, "There's a lady here," and I'm like, "So, like, shut up!" Like I'm almost at the climax.
It's a little patronizing.
They didn't want to hear your fucking stories.
Like people go and ladies. It's like, everybody knows a vagina is here. Like, that's not a secret.
It's super patronizing, and it's the same thing like when people say like, oh, like, say like voter IDs. They say it's racist, right? You're saying it's racist because you think black people can't get identification? That's the argument they're making. It's what are you talking about? Voter IDs in the States for voting. You need to have an ID to vote.
Yeah, okay.
But they're trying to say we shouldn't have IDs because it's racist. Because some people don't have access to IDs. But they're implying that black people can't get IDs. You never heard this before?
I've never heard this.
This is a huge thing in the United States.
Stupid.
They're trying to say, well, you shouldn't have to have identification to vote on the election.
To prove that you're a citizen?
A citizen.
You should, though.
Yeah, to prove you're a citizen of the country.
Should, yeah.
But that's we don't need to talk about that. I'm just saying.
Some form of identification. Like.
That's
you
just.
have to anywhere.
But
so why is that a big deal?
Otherwise, what's stopping me from going over and voting for Trump?
That's the other
happened
argument.
last election.
Yeah. but not to get sidetracked. I'm just saying it's demeaning to they're implying that black people don't have access to identification because they're poor.
But wait.
That's super demeaning if you ask me.
Was that what they were trying to reference black people or
yes.
like illegal aliens?
No, well them no.
Oh,
well maybe
they're
talking when they're talking about legal citizens because they're not talking. They're saying like you live in the projects, you can't get a driver's license.
I feel like it's also kind of like using somebody else's, like it's very clear that this person, like this scenario is happening, but using it for another reason. Like you're not using it because you actually give a fuck. You're using it because you want to push something.
I think so. That's almost always the case with these things, right? There's a hidden agenda. But anyways, back to, what were we talking about? I was just saying that's the female thing. Yeah. It's demeaning, right? Like somebody treats you differently because you're of your sex.
Yeah.
I would think so. But it's like, they're obviously, but only in the context of what I'm talking about is like we work in the same job. Obviously, there's differences between men and women, and that shows in other ways. But like we're doing the same job. You're here working with the boys. Like it's kind of insulting to think like, oh, we have to tiptoe around you.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't. I only tiptoe around the boss.
You don't even tiptoe around the boss.
Devin doesn't even
I'm
tiptoe
gonna be
around
very
the
frank
boss.
though
Yeah.
when I say this, and I say I think it's kind of like funny to me when you can tell that a male is actually like picking you out because he doesn't like you because you have a vagina or he's a girlfriend or whatever. And everybody else is like, oh yeah, we're just gonna let that. You know what I mean? It's so like in your face that person is treating you because of
Right.
whatever
Mhm.
they have, or just an assumption that I'm a bitch or that I don't whatever.
Yeah.
And they have that conception about you, and then everybody goes like,
I think
you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
where I get really kind of. I'll go home to Richard and I'll be like, that's fucked, because like.
I think it's your job to call it out, though.
Yeah, but you can't, because I'm an apprentice, so I can't.
No, fuck that. That's the old days.
I've done it, and I've gone.
I think it's your job to be like, hey, can you?
Done it, I got
What's your
laid off.
What's your problem, dude?
Yeah.
What's your
Oh
problem?
no,
I
like
get that, but like I choose what hills I want to die on every
Yeah.
single day, and a lot of them I just choose not to die on. So
I will.
Yeah.
I don't
will
know
say-
if it. But listen, but the thing is in most of those situations, if they want to let me go because they have that conception about me,
Yeah.
then they're gonna let me go. So if I yell, cool, more people hear about it. But if I just and I know it's gonna happen, it happens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's no like I think ahead. I think ahead the steps that precede me freaking out because I could,
Yeah.
but I don't want to.
You
Like,
know,
I see so much stuff, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
only
Like,
if
it
it.
doesn't serve me in any way.
Well, then yeah,
Like,
don't.
like-
But if you go home, if you have a problem, like say I'm like clearly just hate you because you're a female or whatever the case is,
I
right?
kind of just smirk and go like,
But like, if it doesn't bother you, then you go on with your life. But if you're sitting there like, fuck this guy, I think you should call the people out for shit. If it bothers you.
there's been
Yeah.
a couple loogies thrown in places that people don't know.
There you go, there you go.
Loogies.
Get it out.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Oh fuck!
Let's
Wait,
see.
At the
Just
sausage
saying.
party that you guys had.
Oh, literal stuff. No, I would not do that.
oh, I thought you were working on
Like a
people's
little bit-
jackets.
No.
No. You guys had the sausage party on Christmas.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah.
you're-
Yo,
You're
this
confident.
Susanna pissed everyone off that day. Actually, if we're bringing that day up,
Why?
because we're waiting for Susanna to eat the sausages, and she wouldn't show up. And we're like,
Wait, you're waiting
Come on.
for Susanna to eat the sausages?
we were like, okay, who's missing? Well, it's polite. It's just a polite thing.
Wow,
We're like,
that sounds
we got
veggie.
we got all. I can't. If we're all laughing and talking, it doesn't sound good. That's all I'm pausing.
Oh, okay.
If we all eat the sausages and then she shows up, we're gonna be like, "Oh, that was rude. The guy just started without me." So we're sitting here, we're waiting to eat all these sausages, and we're like, "Whoa, wait for Susanna. We don't want to be rude. Where the fuck is Susanna?"
Kind of like today. 53 minutes late.
And then all we hear is, because Susanna drags her feet. Oh, there she's coming. We can hear her. You know.
In
I
the
just thought I'd bring
face
that up.
there.
No, but we were trying to be nice and play. Anybody, it wasn't just you. Like if I was late, they'd be like, "Oh, just wait for Dave." You know, like when you know what I mean. We just thought it was the polite thing to do, and people were like, "Fuck this! Let's eat the
I'm
sausages."
hungry.
You can eat the sausage.
I know we could have, but
There were
just-
good sausages around. I
Those
came in
are-
after.
Were people
remember?
actually pissed off at me?
no, we were just like, "Where the fuck is Susanna? She isn't." Like we're all waiting, like to eat it. Like, hey, don't you eat that sausage?
It's like yeah, it's
She's
like
not here yet.
Christmas dinner. Your crazy
Yeah.
uncle who showed up. Yeah, you're like, where the fuck is this guy?
Dinner's ready, but we're waiting for Uncle Larry to show up. You know, I just
Dan
thought.
had some feminine needs that needed some attending to, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
either that or it's fucking, you know.
That's fair. That's fair.
How are those needs attended to in
I'm not
such
telling
a
you
shitty
diagnostics.
place? No,
You don't have a
but like
vagina, I'm
no,
telling
but
you.
I know. But like no, but think about it. Like, do you go to the car? Do you go to the Tim Hortons? Because I wouldn't
Why
do
would
any
I
of that.
go in a
Yeah.
car?
It seems fucking like just go to the bathroom, right?
But it's disgusting.
What is?
The
Oh, the
bathroom-
bathrooms are gross.
That's why I'm
No, because they
wondering.
got private bathrooms.
We have private
Not
bathrooms,
anymore.
but
Oh, that's
there's
cool.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, they're gone now. They're gone.
There it goes.
There's tricks. Definitely tricks.
Can I ask you about the
There you
private
go.
bathrooms? Do you think it's fair that you guys have a private bathroom? With
No,
a
I
key?
mean, you don't think it's
You
fair.
know what?
I know. That's why I brought it
It's
up.
so funny. Because we
Clearly, you don't think it's fair.
Do you think it's fair that you got a private bathroom? There we go.
No, this is so funny.
Everyone shits on ours.
We had a private bathroom. And every time I would go to the bathroom, Susanna was always waiting outside. And she'd be like, "You fucking stunk it up." I swear to God, it was every time.
You
Like,
did. Remember we had to put palm olive on the thing so it
Yeah.
walked.
Oh, he does it at home
No,
too.
every time I needed to go.
He did it here one time.
No, I didn't.
Why are you so ashamed of your poops?
Turn the fan on. Spray the
Just be
Febreze.
okay with your poops. No, here's
Oh,
the
they don't
trick.
have that in
Here's
porta
the trick.
potties.
If you're at a man's house, obviously don't light the place on fire. But if you're at a man's house, just take a little. If you have a lighter, take a piece of it.
Just light her up.
Light it, gets rid of the smell.
That's a good idea.
But
That's
then
a good
it
idea.
smells like you
That-
try to
you
burn it.
shit
Smells like
everywhere.
fuck
Well,
shit.
now you can shit
No, because
everywhere.
people
Light my bathroom.
people light matches usually, right? It's the
Light
same
my
thing.
bathroom on fire. That's a terrible idea. Like, oh, more worse. You light the whole place on fire. I'm trying to hide my poo. Next thing you know, the condo's burning down. Like,
That actually gets to my funny story that I was trying to say. So,
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So I went to Life Labs because I did blood work a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Thought it was celiac, wasn't. Because I have some digestive problem, i.e. the fucking problem that you dealt with. Anyway, so went in and now I have to give stool samples.
Oh God.
Yeah. So because they're looking now for parasites. Because, well, I did go to Mexico, you know, it could be an issue.
Yeah.
So went in. There's like 10 people. Like the waiting room's right here, and the fucking desk is right here. So I was like, oh shit! Like she's like my name's on the screen. She calls me up. These 10 people, you know, of all ages. You know, it's Guelph, right? So there's got students, but then you got grandmas, you got aunts, uncles, fathers, mothers. Anyway, I come up and she's just, you know, I knew what she's gonna speak loud and everyone heard it. I was like, okay, yeah, she's, you know, stool sample, and I was like, yep, I'm here. And she's like, 1 second, please. You got the requisition form, emailed it. Went into the filing cabinet, grabbed 3 fucking like Ziploc bags of just containers and stuff, and then gave it to me. And she says, "This was on Friday, right?" And then she's like, "Yeah, so what? We need the sample back within 24 hours of you giving it." And I was like, "Okay." And then she's like, "But we're closed tomorrow, and this is Friday."
What the fuck you want me to do?
I was like, "Can I just like, you know, like, can I just take a
Right
poop
now?
here?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh no.
What?
You don't
What's
do
the
that here.
difference?
No. I was like, what?
What's the
And
difference?
then she's like, and also, by the way, this isn't covered under OHIP. This is, so it'll be $139 when you drop it off.
that's the most expensive shit I've ever heard of.
$140 shit.
You have to pay
the fuck?
$140
I was so
to poo.
pissed. I was like,
What if you walked out to your car, took a shit, and then brought it back?
Would it be the same thing?
It's too fresh.
Well, then it's gonna be like too poo. You have to clean it up. It's gonna be you got like
No,
shit all over your hand or something. How are you getting how are you shitting in a small
no,
cup?
there's 3 bags. I have to put in 3 vials,
Yeah.
and there's instructions. You have to put like saran wrap over the whole thing. It's a whole fucking chemistry
You have
assignment.
to pay to manhandle your own poop.
And I have to pay.
Yeah, isn't that
I have to
insane?
pay to take a shit, which is crazy because goddamn taxes, you know? Like,
Goddamn
what the
taxes,
fuck
that's
am I
right.
paying for this? This is the most expensive poo I've ever done in my life.
Oh my
Like,
god.
And it's
Yeah.
crazy is you barely use healthcare, and you have to take one shit, and they won't pay for it.
but the blood work, that's free.
That's
but,
free.
yeah.
Take it off the wall.
That's it's
Isn't that fucked?
it's crazy that she cared if you did it in her bathroom or not.
That's, yeah.
I feel like they thought that it would be like messy. Yeah.
But like, how big's the container? Like smaller than this, right?
So the one's like a pill.
Yeah. it's
A
like-
pill bottle?
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah.
put your
Yeah,
pee in.
dude. Yeah.
So it's like it's.
And
like
he has to
this.
poo in that.
This big?
But there's a little
Yeah.
scoop thing in the bag.
No
I'm like,
fucking
yeah.
way.
I swear to
You
God.
can't. Why wouldn't they make it big enough where you could just hold it up to your butthole and let
That's
it
what
rip?
No, but there's like a container
It's
you
not a
put over the.
seltzer.
It's fucked. It's
Like, so you have to put this.
Something-
You scoop it out of the out of the toilet.
I don't know. Like, yeah.
Have you
maybe.
done it?
No,
It's
I
like
haven't
no,
done
it's
it.
like 3 shot glasses.
I
It's
couldn't
like
do it 'cause
it's like
within
this
24
wide.
hours,
It's
and
like
it's
this.
in the weekend.
So you have to do it
Even a little
tonight
smaller.
A little
and bring it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like that.
I was gonna do it tomorrow.
And bring it Tuesday.
Well,
These
like,
guys are fiends for fucking vapes. Like, ooh, take it, bud, take it. Oh. That's crazy that's how they do it. I thought they would just give it like
I'm
this,
not touching my own poop to give you the sample.
and you go,
but
and just let her rip.
It makes sense though because like you show up there. What if you didn't have to go at that time?
Yeah, but you were willing to. It's
Oh
easy
yeah,
for
I was
them.
ready to go. But
Wait, did you show up thinking that you had to take a shit there?
I haven't been for 4 hours. And they're like, no, you don't do it.
He did. He did.
Excuse me?
I would think the
100%
same
he
thing.
did.
I would think the same thing.
Everybody
I
would
like
think the same
I
thing.
controlled
Yeah.
my eating. I was like, okay, I gotta go. I can't go now.
What were you eating?
Walking up
Hold on.
like this.
What were you eating in
and then
preparation?
Just tell them, oh yeah, you do it at home and you come back. I'm like, motherfucker.
What were you eating in preparation? Like good stuff, so it wouldn't be like a fuck.
Lots of fiber.
Lots of fiber.
Oh, like did you want it to
Probably
be a solid
can of
shit?
beans, couple of grilled cheese.
At this point.
I know, but
wasn't.
for your own mental, like
but
you
if-
want to hand diarrhea to them
But if
or a solid shit.
yeah, but if it was that, it's easy to put in 3 different fucking containers.
I know, but I think it's an embarrassment level thing
you
here.
have a
You know,
log. Yeah, but if you have a log,
you gotta jam it, dice it up,
I
cut it
gotta
out.
dice it up.
What?
I feel
Oh, you gotta
like
like cram it in
coffee.
there. Yeah, this is getting too
Yeah.
Am I
deep.
the only one that
No.
has like a smoke, like an actual cigarette?
Cigarette,
Like,
yeah.
you-
Well,
No, oh shit.
I was thinking about that. I was like,
Yeah.
what would make me shit right away? And I was like, oh, there's
Cocaine?
Cigarettes and
Yeah,
coffee, cocaine.
Cocaine makes you
Uh,
go. Do a line, go in. All right, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Damn. So what? You gotta do? You're gonna do it, and you're gonna fucking send it into them. Can you mail it into them
No.
in the mail? Is that illegal to mail feces?
No, I'll probably do it Friday again because I'm off early Friday. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't open till 9. It's like I'm at work and, you know.
Yeah,
And
you're.
I don't want to bring that to work.
Put in your cup holders.
I gotta go somewhere after.
I got somewhere to be after this. Well, why do you got medicine bottles worth of shit in your car, bud?
Yeah, like, so I'll just wait
Yeah.
till
And I'm paying for it too.
This ain't free, bitch.
Damn. Yeah, so that's construction, I guess. Comes full circle. The shitters are disgusting. Maybe not
Oh,
the
at your
private
work?
VIPs.
Are they just a bunch of porta potties?
Yeah.
One of them, I was like, hey, it's
It's
kind
the
of.
worst.
And there was somebody that went in to go clean it out, and he was like, I literally threw up. I don't know if you were there.
I did that once, but I
Yeah,
puked
because I
everywhere,
like
yeah.
went like this because I was trying to be nice, and it just like
Rises up.
It was just-
Yeah, the flushing water was like not blue.
It was brown.
No, it was
It was like a
brown.
green-
Yeah,
greeny
that's when you know they
brown.
haven't changed it in like a week. And that all it takes is 1 week, and it takes 2
Yeah.
days, and those things are fucked.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
so
but-
annoying,
no,
bro.
But I'll go in like
People are just
on the floor
bombing the
you're
fucking
working at,
bathrooms.
and it's just
Devin-
toilet paper everywhere.
Yeah, or
Who's doing that?
I don't
Who is doing
Yeah, but
that?
then
Because
you're-
I have to push them out. I have to get them clean, right? And I look and I'm like, what the fuck? They're fucked.
And then when they clean them, the guy takes the hose and soap and he goes, and it's all over the walls. It's on the seat. It's fucking insane how they clean
I
them.
know.
Have you ever heard of fucking wiping them down after? You go in.
And you
If I was working there, I wouldn't wipe it down.
I wouldn't. You're right. I wouldn't either.
They
You're
get
right.
paid $35
I'd be like,
an hour.
fuck
though.
that.
I would do the same thing. Put water. The shit water is now on the sink, the roof, the walls. It's
Oh, but
fucked.
they suck it up first.
They suck up the shit and then he cleans it, but he
And then
just.
sprays it down.
Oh yeah,
That's
you,
everywhere.
You spray the
Put
toilet
the
and it bounces
paper,
off onto the
says
walls.
It's clean to me, and I'm like, fuck. But like some of them, man, because I put them down, I bring them down to the dock, and they're fucked. And there's someone on the site that just puts toilet paper all through the fucking
Yeah, it's the
thing.
Europeans.
The Europeans.
And I'm like,
because they
what
don't
the
Sure.
poop in
fuck?
the thing, they wipe and then they put it in the.
But one guy, remember when
Yeah.
he shit on the
Gross.
on the lid?
He's like, I can't be bothered to lift this thing up.
Yeah, he took his shit on the lid.
Get the fuck out
I
of
swear
here.
to God, I'm like,
Buddy,
and I
get
have,
the
I have
fuck
to,
outta
because
here.
Buddy.
we have to like get it clean, and I'm like, man,
What?
come
What?
on.
A shit on the lid.
Buddy,
no.
somebody. I've seen them shit all
That
over the
doesn't
back of the
surprise
thing.
me. That doesn't surprise me.
What are the church house creeper?
How do you
All
do
over
that?
the fucking
Dude,
wall.
Girls
I
are
told-
worse though. Girls
I-
are worse.
I
Girls
told
will be
them-
like drunk, and you go and like at like somewhere like the Uptown Church or whatever, and on
Yeah.
go and they'll be like, anyway.
It just goes
They don't give a
everywhere?
fuck.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
shit wherever.
I've heard some pretty gnarly stories. Of this.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I mean, everyone is usually pretty
That's
gross.
gross.
People are just gross.
No,
Yeah,
have
people
their
are
moments.
fucked.
People have their moments.
Just humans are
There's
fucked.
sometimes when you come home drunk and you do stupid stuff, but every day, like you're at work coming sober, like that's the thing. If you're fucked up, I'm like, okay, you had a bad night. But if you're coming to work sober, and you're fucking shit up like that, I'm like, what is wrong with you? You know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Or you know what I love to see is the cigarette ashes on the toilet seat. Bro, why? One time I saw a cigarette and the ashes were like this long, and he just left it burning on the soap dispenser. And the soap dispensers don't ever have soap.
yeah.
Or
Never.
they have
Never.
soap and they don't have the little sink with water.
No, and that's hand sanitizer.
No. Some of them have that pinkish colored soap,
Yeah, and there's no water.
and there's no water. So you
Yeah.
put it on. Oh, great. Now I got fucking soap covered hands.
That's fucked.
Then you go to the next one to
So
see if there's water.
self-defeating.
Yeah, I know.
What do I
What
do?
the fuck do I do with this now?
Yeah.
Then you jump out, hop to the next one. Ah, no water. Fuck. Then you just go in a
I
puddle.
had to do that at the union for a while.
Oh,
Because
really?
the water wouldn't run from the tap, so I had to go like, hey, is
I-
anybody in here with like fucking soap?
How would the plumbers union not have proper
That's what
running
I
water?
said, and I got shit for saying
That's
that.
wild. That's wild. Holy fuck. Yeah, so that's a life of a construction worker if you're a female. It's
And don't. Yeah.
we can touch on it more because I do have a couple other points, but
What? With bathrooms?
no, the bathrooms are fucked for my entire career of 11 years. They've never been good. The old shit stick in the corner, you know, for a reason.
That's
but-
why when we set up like a bathroom in a unit, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm happy. But then you guys started fucking me because you guys would turn the water off, and then I wouldn't check the tank to see if there's water left.
That's a whole other.
And then I'm like,
That's a you problem.
and then I get out, and there's someone waiting for the bathroom, and I'm like,
Sorry, dude.
I gotta
Out
run
of
to
order.
the basement to turn the fucking water back on. Then we gotta wait like 5 minutes for the tank to fill up, and then I can deal with it before you use it. Yeah, that was a whole other thing. It's crazy. Honestly, in construction sites, you really don't have the human charter rights. You don't have, like, it's, yeah.
You're just an animal. They treat you like a caged animal, a circus animal.
It's crazy, yeah. You don't. You
Glad I don't work there.
Yeah.
No, it's fair, man. It sucks, but yeah. So Susanna would have talking about the stabbing that happened. Explain it. Explain this. Explain it like we are children, because we are. What happened?
Guy walked in a shopping mall with a fucking hunting knife
Yeah.
and like just started stabbing people, and he's like this skinny like brown man.
Yeah.
Where was this, in
Yeah,
Canada?
I think he was wearing like a
Australia?
soccer jersey. Australia, yeah.
Anything else on that, or?
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know. I just thought
How
there was
did it
gonna be
go?
more.
Do you want-
Went pretty good.
Do you want like the shock value? Like,
Was this like a
title for this?
Christchurch or?
Yeah, like more details.
Who did he attack? Black
Oh, man.
people, white people.
A baby.
That yeah, it was a baby in a stroller.
was
This,
it
like,
racial?
She was actually
Okay.
she was a very not that it matters, but she's like a very good looking white woman. Blonde.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the baby stabbed the baby and then stabbed her. She
No.
died. I think the
See,
baby.
that's a detail.
The baby.
That's the
Well,
details
the
we
only
need.
reason why you care. That's terrible.
What a view.
Oh my god.
Here's the question.
No, that's fucked.
Is there a conspiracy attached to it as of now? Usually there is right away, right? Oh, it
Well,
was.
they were talking to the guy, you know, like police deputy, whatever, goes and says whatever he has to
Mm.
say and like informs people. And they're like, okay, who was it? Do you think? Apparently, this guy was living out of a storage container.
Gosh, you know, I don't mean to sound senseless. It's just like terrible things happen all the time, and just some random 7-person stabbing.
was
Like
he
that's
was
like a classic
he's an
day
immigrant.
somewhere
I
in the
would say
world,
that
right?
mostly immigrant.
You're allowed to because you're an immigrant.
Okay.
Right? Am I right? You're allowed to
but,
say
like,
anything you want.
He walked like it's just like literally like the worst part is
I
like you
just
go
wanna ask
to you go to oh excuse me.
Sorry.
You go into a shopping mall and you're like, oh, you're gonna go to Lily Sense or whatever and go to fucking Hot Topic.
West
and buy
49,
some fucking, yeah. And then somebody, like, he was like, he didn't care. So, like, if he was, like, running towards somebody to stab them and they, like, left, he was just trying to, like, stab as many people as possible. He was gonna, like, fight or have an altercation.
And all he got was
So-
7.
Dude, you know how to stab 7 motherfuckers?
I'm kidding. I'm going to help
that's
with
I'm
like-
sorry.
well, that's a
no,
kill
it's
streak in
very
crime.
sad. It's very
Bro,
sad.
nah,
It's a
bro.
very sad thing.
It's eventually someone's like subdued him.
7.
Like, they got him
that's
down?
like a
Yeah,
a kill
there's
streak.
there's a lot of videos. You can look them up, but, like,
it's like a predator missile.
what happened is everybody obviously, like, ran away and stuff, but when something like that happens, like,
So bad.
it's not like a gunshot. Everybody's not gonna hear it.
No, exactly. It's
So
subtle.
I could go up and go shh and stab like a whole fucking
Yeah.
Leon Rose
Yeah.
Yeah.
before everybody like knows to evacuate. So he goes out of one place and he just keeps you know what I mean? Because everybody's
Yeah.
walking a certain way.
Yeah.
Right?
And you're in your own world. You're just kind of walking and doing
yeah,
your
because
business.
when are you gonna like if anything's gonna happen in a large
Mhm.
in a large shopping mall, it's gonna be like a shooting,
Yeah.
right? So
I could stab you and walk right to the and before you
Exactly.
fall.
How many do you think you're getting through? You think you're getting more than
I don't think I
7,
get
or-
through 7
but
because
he
if
was a pretty skinny dude. Like,
Listen-
You could do it.
Nah, a disclaimer. I'm only kidding, guys. I'm only kidding.
yeah,
Don't
it's
get
just
fucked.
hypothetical. Like whatever, everyone bad things happen, but you know what?
Oh, a rave. That'd be the best.
Oh, if you get a rave or concert, yeah, festival or
yeah, but that's
something
what happened with,
Just-
with the gays in Florida.
I didn't
The
think about
gays?
that either.
Yeah.
in Florida. What happened?
Yeah,
There's
no,
a
that was
club.
like
There's a club
4
a long
years
time
ago.
ago.
No, the Vegas one is like that guy
the
had the
Vegas
shoot.
one, yeah. Yeah.
That guy shot
That
out the
was
window,
fucked.
killed like how many?
No,
people?
That's a lot,
No,
yeah.
in Florida though, yeah.
The
It
gays.
wasn't stabbing. I thought he just shot the place.
He shot the place up. But what I'm saying is, it's like it's so cryptic because
Yeah, because they're like, they're
what's the
like
word for it?
headbanging, like,
Oh.
and then you can just.
Insidious. There you go. That's
Like-
the right word.
Yeah. it's a
7 people
fucking-
seems like a lot of people because like it takes a lot to like I don't know like isn't there any like grown men that I saw it and like what the fuck should we stop this?
If it was the Eaton Center though, like it's a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
there's a lot of
kids
people in
crying,
close proximity.
There's kids crying.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
And the problem is if it was a high density city, like you don't really. That's why they.
There's
tell
not much.
people-
There's not much. There's
That's
nowhere
why
to
they
go,
tell you
right?
in an
Yeah.
airport when you go in an airport, like as I do lashes for a flight attendant.
Yeah.
And she says like, we don't like even when they're like traveling like themselves and they're not like working, they don't like do this on their phone when they're walking because they have to be aware of what's going on.
Like in the airplane.
No,
Hmm?
in the bro.
The airplane you're in a seat, bud.
No, anywhere,
Like the flight
anywhere.
attendant?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
should
so
in
in
an
the
airport
airport,
because
in the
that's like
airport.
where shit happens. Like
Yeah.
you have to like.
I don't
Put
know.
everything down in-
I feel like an airport would probably be one of the safest places.
No man.
No.
No man.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, why do you say no? To not.
I say no because there's so many there's so much shit that the training that flight attendants have to go through.
But you
Because
have to
any
go
But
through
what-
security.
He's asking like, what are the threats that could get by? Is
You
what
have to
he's
go
saying.
through security. They look at you down like.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what I
any
mean?
suspicious activity though. Like for as an average person, yeah, probably not. But like,
Do you think it's safer past?
but kids could. That's true.
Do you think it's safer past airport security or at Krabby Joe's?
Airport security.
I agree with him. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Everyone's on edge.
Because the
too,
feds
like-
and TSSA are there. Like it's, you don't. I wouldn't fuck around. I
Yeah,
mean,
you're getting patted
That's
down.
true, but like the calamity of what would happen would be greater at
Yeah,
the airport because you're
sure.
not just gonna do something stupid for like.
It's
one
a big
great
show.
idea. Yeah.
I agree with that. Is like if something
Yeah.
did happen, it
So-
would be devastating.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'd be more worried if I was at the airport, to be honest.
I had like I talked to Joey because Joey's from Waterloo. Like he lived out like nice, you know, by Lower Creek, like way up there in that nice area.
Yeah.
Out in the country almost, right? And I would always say like I grew up in downtown Kitchener. It's not.
Doesn't he live in Guelph?
He does now, yeah.
Yeah.
But he grew up in Waterloo, like a nice part of Waterloo. And I grew up in Kitchener downtown, but it's not like it's Compton.
Yeah.
But I always said like I always had my head on a swivel, and Joey just
Yeah.
thought that was crazy. I was always
It's
to think
not.
I'm gonna
You
get
should
jumped.
You should always do that.
Cause so many people I knew got jumped, so I would always be like looking to see, but Joey'd be like, "That's fucking paranoid."
Jumped where?
It's not.
Like,
it's
just
not.
downtown at nighttime.
No, in general, you should always know what's going on in your surroundings. Because
Yeah.
that's why they say eyewitness, like, what is it called? Eyewitness testimonies aren't, because people don't think like that anymore. People are on their phone. People are thinking about
Yeah.
something they're doing 2 hours ahead of time.
Or they got
But
headphones
you
in.
should, because when it matters, you won't be able to remember.
Yeah,
you won't be
that's
able
true.
to react.
Yeah.
Like everybody's stupidly susceptible now.
Like I wouldn't
Like-
walk around here just like "Bip, bip," at nighttime with all the
But that's what I'm
junkies and
saying.
everyone. You wouldn't
Yeah.
just be like, "Bip, bip, bip."
Yeah, it's basically
Oh,
like-
it's so. You're not gonna get. There's no gangs and
That's
criminal
like
presence,
walking
but
through
That's
like Call of
how
Duty
you're supposed
zombies
to
with no
be.
weapon, just
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that's-
they got the
False
fucking
sense of,
zombies.
like,
security.
False sense of security because technically we are pretty secure.
Oh, 100%.
We
There's
are
never been a
pretty
safer
safe.
time.
Yeah.
And they got.
But wait till something like that shit happens in the mall where you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm like curious how I would
And then you're not
react to
ready.
something like that. How do you think you would react to something like that?
He'd be ready. He'd be like.
I would scream and be like, run. I would tell
Yeah.
it wouldn't be just me.
Yeah.
I would tell everybody to run. I'd be like, run. He's
I'd-
got a knife. I'd be like, he's got a knife, run. But you know what, though? You should actually, I think it's like technically you're supposed to say like fire.
Mm.
I would probably yell fire.
Because I've triggered.
I would
People
be like,
used
yell
to that.
fire and everybody leave.
If you say fire, yeah, like people know that response because it's always fire is always kind of a threat compared
Yeah.
to somebody that's getting stabbed like with a knife. Right?
Yeah.
Say fire, people are like, "Oh, I gotta go." But
Yeah.
you say
Yeah.
there's a gun, people are like, "What did he just say?" Right? Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I
that's
would.
good.
I think I would be inclined to like
Even, you know what's fucked up? I feel like even, sorry, I just
No, go
forgot.
ahead.
Even gas leak, I feel like gas leak people like with what? Because people don't know. Like the
Mm.
average Joe blow off the street, they're gonna think fire. I'm like, oh my god.
fire's probably the safe bet. Like
Yeah.
there's a fire. Me, I'd be like, "Oh, where?"
Yeah, same.
Cool, cool.
Is it blue?
Yeah,
Is it
but There's been so many fires where I've been. I'm like, oh fuck, not again.
Not another fire.
There's so many clearly.
Yeah.
No, like, yeah, there's been like 2 fires at the job site in the last 2 weeks.
Oh man, don't tell me that.
Yeah, there's like been fires, for no
Yeah,
reason. Like
for
some
no
guy,
reason.
some guy's truck lit on fire inside
Why?
because he threw off the cigarette on the
Yeah,
seat.
he lit his own car on fire. I made fun of him. I was like,
You can't be here because you're stupid.
And what did he say? No, my tax return.
Yeah, he was sprinting. He's like, my tax return.
Yeah.
And I started laughing. I'm like, oh, you're
Doesn't that go
fucked.
direct deposit? Like, the tax
Yeah, but no, he had to
return?
file it. Like all his
File it.
receipts.
Oh,
Oh no,
fuck
my
you.
receipt for my bathroom reno was in there.
And then I was saying, smash the window because like,
That is a white old man thing to do to keep your tax return in your fucking car with your signature on it.
He looks
Like,
like
what
a bucket.
the fuck?
I
Just
don't
have your
know.
whole
Did
life's
he get his
value
taxes
in that
done?
truck.
What?
The moral of the story is, did he get his taxes done?
I don't know, man.
On time?
Winter coats.
You
You
got
take
time?
a penalty?
You
Yeah.
gotta wonder.
The government's gonna audit him for
He's probably
sure.
still doing the paperwork again.
Well, sir, why didn't you get your taxes in on time? Dude, there was a fire in my truck. Okay, bud. Like, we haven't heard that one before.
I had 6 people that were there and were laughing at me.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have an alibi. He would have people to vouch
Oh, I
for him,
wouldn't back him up. Like, I don't know this guy.
but-
Who? Dude, the fire in my truck at the site. I've
I
never
don't know.
fucking
Nope,
seen this
doesn't
guy
ring
before.
a bell.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. So the stabbing, we didn't even get into the stabbing because we just started making fun of it
You guys
immediately.
don't care about this stuff.
No, I'm
No,
I'm
that's
curious.
terrible,
So,
yeah.
is ISIS claiming him? Is the Taliban
No.
claiming him? Who's he
They think it's
associated
just
with?
mental illness. At first, they thought it was a terrorist attack
Because
they
of
were,
these
they were trying
Islamic?
to talk about it and say that it was mostly like white women. There was like an older woman, the younger girl with the kid, and then I think there's a younger. She looked like she was like 21, 22 max, and then there was like a Middle Eastern man. So
Yeah.
He was just like almost like he probably didn't even care, right? Like he probably just wanted to stab some people
I
up.
think he just wanted to stab people.
Like, it wasn't-
It
That's very
progresses
fast.
as the day goes on because it happened yesterday.
Yeah, so
They're
like
behind in time or whatever.
like
people
as they
just check.
investigate it, they'll raid his house and see like what was on his computer,
It
and
was
then
a
you'll
storage
figure it out.
container.
Oh yeah, so really we'll never know what his motive unless he has journals, right?
He came over here. He was in a storage container, and then everybody was like, "Did he come here for the storage container?" I'm like, "No, clearly he came over here to stab people." Like
He just like kind of showed
I
up
think
a couple
so.
months prior.
I think so. I'm not 100%.
From where? The Middle East?
I don't know.
How did he get a visa to come in to Australia? Did he have was he a normal dude?
I don't know what
Australia's
it's
fucked now.
Yeah, but I mean, you
How?
still need work visas to get
How?
it if you live in the Middle East.
During
Nobody's.
COVID, they were like running their tanks down the street.
Yeah, they did a
What?
gun buyback and all this stuff, right?
They went nuts.
But-
COVID in Australia was really restricted.
Yeah, and it's still and now Canada's
Let
heading
me look
to.
this up because I want to know.
What I'm asking is like you can't.
Don't
They don't
hold
listen. They don't let certain countries, like Canada, we can freely travel with 95% of the world, without a visa. That's not the case for other countries coming into Canada or Australia or United States. You need visas.
Yeah, but like
People from the Middle East
for
aren't
Cana-
freely
yeah, but for
tourists in
Okay,
Canada.
so his
for
name-
Canadians, in Canada they accept everyone.
Yeah, but
So that's the same.
not
as
for
Australia.
tourism.
Look at how skinny this guy
If
is.
he-
Don't come in refugee status.
You're, sure, that's
Wow.
what. Then that's what I'm
He
asking.
was, like,
How did he
literally-
get
like,
into Australia?
You know that half-ass walk when people like run across the street.
Yeah, like they pick up the
and
pace of
they're-
it.
but not really. Like it's not.
It's like
you
a light
know,
jog.
The light white people jog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what he was doing, and he was carrying like a hunting knife. Yeah.
that's crazy. I
But
just
look
want.
at that. Yeah, look at that. That's what he was doing. Like,
Yeah, he's got like a soccer
like no
jersey
offense.
on.
Like when you think of something big like that happening, do you see like
He's not the guy.
He's no. You'd be
You're
like whatever.
not that guy.
He's from the right part of the world.
But there was a bigger guy that stopped.
You're not
There was
that
a bigger guy that stopped, like
That's who should
stopped
have
him
been
and like
there. He would have
this,
stopped the whole
and he
thing.
fucked
You're
off.
not
So if
that
you were
guy,
bigger
though.
than him, obviously he was
Yeah.
gonna like run away.
Yeah.
He was like fucking.
A couple grown men could have taken that guy down.
Yeah.
Like if you and I saw him, we're not like fighters by any means, but if we saw him doing that, we'd be able to take him down. We might.
I feel like he'd be like, fuck that, I'm not getting stabbed.
No, if I see a bunch of women and kids being stabbed, I'm stepping in,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck a baby. Oh, that looks scary.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, that looks scary. I don't know. They're good. They're good. You good? Yeah, they're good. Let's go.
No, we could,
Like,
we could
no,
grab.
hell no.
We grab some shit from a nearby
I
store
think
and
the
just
police.
fuck them
The
up.
biggest thing was the police officer was like they gave like a. She went in by herself and shot him. So she was the only
Oh,
person
yeah.
that responded. So people were getting.
Only
pissed
person
off.
that responded.
Well, she
Just
went
one
in
cop?
alone.
Like
So
she got the
everybody
call
was-
and got there first, right?
Yeah. So everybody was like all up in
Oh,
arms because
I
she
see.
was like, she went in as a white female woman in the police department going in by herself.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, what does the race have to do with it? But all I know is if I'm getting stabbed, yeah, I'd rather a male cop show up. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well,
Here's
she
the-
killed him. She shot him.
Oh, she got him?
She shot him.
Good for you, brother. I'm good. I'm
you
happy
never
with
hear
that.
this shit happen like in Texas.
No, because everyone's got guns.
What do you mean? It's just it's
Yeah,
like
there's
a
lots of
regular
school shootings in
occurrence,
Texas,
No,
probably.
there's not recently.
Do you want me? I bet you like a decent amount of school shootings happen in Texas.
Okay, and
Should
how?
I Google it?
How fast though
Should I Google
are
it?
they? How are they eliminated?
Probably quick because the teachers are probably open carrying.
They do.
Yeah.
And I love an open carry. I'm all for it. I actually wish we could
The
open
security
carry.
guard that goes there is open, like ready to go.
How many should we say school shootings?
In Texas, 2023.
Shootings. 2023. Oh, motherfucker. Yahoo. It keeps defaulting me back to Yahoo.
You gotta go to
Really?
Chrome.
Yeah, dude.
Chrome, man.
Buddy, I'm on Chrome browser and I switched to Chrome to Google search and it keeps switching me back.
Okay, so his name was Joel
82.
Gotchi.
82. Oh, that's in the U.S. Hold on. That's the whole U.S. Wow, that's a lot. School shootings. Yahoo's not giving me great answers here.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Not really.
Texas.
School shootings. It's all U.S. Oh, because I didn't specify the location. That would be why. How many school shootings? Texas. I'm so dumb. Texas. That would probably make a huge difference. Second most mass shootings in Texas. So there's a lot of guns in Texas, bro. It's not
There's
surprising.
also a lot of illegals.
That's true too. Now, how many illegals have been school shooters? I bet you that number is low. That number is low because
Low.
it's usually a student that gets picked on.
Yeah, with two parents that are illegals.
I don't think that's the case. I think you're making that up.
you do
This one's
research?
been
I know you don't want-
many times.
I know you want to blame someone, but I don't know
Okay, maybe.
who's the perpetrators. I think are usually like kids that are just losers. They're losers. The kids that get school shooters.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, they are.
Yeah.
And they get picked
they're
on, and then they
bullied,
can't
and
handle their feelings because they're bitches, and they go and shoot up a school. It's
they
fucking
go home and
sad
their
shit.
parents Suck. Yeah. That's
And yeah,
how
you're,
it works.
or even if you have good parents, some of them are just brats. Like the one was like they were mad because people wouldn't call them non-binary, they thems, and they got all
I
upset.
saw
And they
that.
fucking went in and shot up a school.
I feel like
Oh, boo-hoo,
Didn't
fuck
that
off.
person die?
don't like half of them not really even know how to use guns though. They just kind of be like, oh, this is a good idea.
I'd be
I
surprised.
feel like
Yeah,
they don't actually know how to handle
Dude,
fire.
That might be
that's
true.
why the Vegas shooter, how he had a camera watching the door.
Yeah.
Like, he was ready to
it was like
kill.
professional, and
Yeah.
the amount of like ammo they went through in the top, it was actually crazy how many clips they were able to like go through, because
And
they
he
can count to the
snuck
shell casings.
And but
Yeah.
he also snuck it in. Like,
Yeah,
there's no
and
security.
bags
He had,
and
like,
bags of
of
weapons. Because he had almost like a Gatling gun situation, right? He had some kind of like high caliber machine gun out the window, right? Propped up. Like not something you would carry around. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Is what I'm saying.
He killed himself,
But
I don't know.
or did he get shot?
I don't
Probably
remember.
got shot.
The feds might have taken him out. The cops probably took him out. What do you mean? People generally it's like it's all mental illness. It's not
Yeah.
a gun issue. It's a mental illness problem, right? I think like not most people, half the people would agree to that. Like you and I, Susanna is not gonna go shoot up a school or a job site, and she's fucked, but she's not that fucked. Right?
You pushed her the right way.
She's here, but if school shooter's way up here, right?
Yeah.
Like
Okay, so then what do you think about the Russia thing?
at the airport,
No, it was at a concert.
at a concert.
And there's 4
Oh yeah, the 160 people one,
Yeah.
right? I don't know. I don't know the details about that. Like I don't even know what the guy looked like, how old he was, or if it was a guy even.
No, I.
But it definitely like stems from the fact that like people with mental illness, like if the high point of their emotion is what they fucking.
But
Yeah.
I don't
They
think
ride
that.
off
I
of,
don't think
right?
that one was mental illness. I think that was
Like a inside job, like a
it was-
psyop,
It was yeah.
like government psyop type
It
of
makes
thing.
sense because they tried to
I
flee.
don't even know what that is.
A psychological
They got
operation.
caught right outside the Ukraine border.
He's saying it's like government motivated, like they set it up for the mass murder because
But- and then
it would
Islam-
cause some kind
But
of.
then Islamic State did claim.
And then ISIS claimed it
recognition,
for whatever
so
reason. Who knows?
That doesn't sound like.
But like
mental
we're
illness.
talking about just like simple mass shootings, school shootings in the United States or wherever, right? It's just like normal people. I don't know anyone in my life that's at the position to commit a mass murder.
Well, you guys are like pumped full with like hormones and shit when you're like younger.
yeah, that
So-
definitely is a factor.
I feel like it doesn't help, and that makes it more like prevalent. But
Yeah, but like
you guys just drink yourselves to death.
maybe that's it.
You
It's
guys-
always dudes. It's always dudes too, right? But you know what? It's like at the same time, I mean, I don't think I would be able to pull that off. Like my parents would have been on top of me about it. Like why? My mom.
Why are you acting weird?
You're acting fucked. Hey, let's look under your bed. Hey, where'd you get this AR-15?
Right.
Actually, most school shootings are done with handguns.
But like, how much money does that cost? Because you would
Not
have
that
to-
much in the States.
Really?
No.
Okay, so
They're super accessible, right? So, and a lot of the time, depending on where you are, you don't have to pass background checks in some places, right?
yeah.
Like if you go to
I
gun,
thought that guns would be expensive. You're like, oh, why do you need X amount? Like, you know what I mean?
people just like to have. I'm very pro gun. I don't own a gun. I don't have a gun license. I'm super pro gun. I just think like, why not? Because like.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is a lot of them that are committed are stolen weapons from their parents.
Yeah, a lot of them are. Yeah, that's most of the school shooters. Or like their parents had guns and they had access to this gun safe.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point. That's
So
a good
they're
point.
not- these kids aren't buying them.
Most of them
They're
aren't buying them,
stealing
but the Columbine kids did.
Mhm.
They got it from gun shows and stuff, right? But
That was blamed on Marilyn Manson.
yeah, because
they
yeah,
must-
they tried it. That's what every generation does it with. Like, there's one like you know what I mean? Like Kiss,
It's like everybody
Marilyn
was
Manson.
listening to the exact same music. It's like, oh, it was his fault. It's like,
Yeah.
no, everybody's listening to that music because everybody's, you know,
The Columbine was
fired up.
is crazy. That's a crazy one. They threw grenades and everything. Like those guys were nuts.
Yeah.
And then the mom was on. They got a TED talk of Dylan Corbolt or whatever his name
One
was.
of the perps.
His mom got a TED talk and she basically said like, oh, it wasn't. The whole TED talk was about how it wasn't her fault that her kid committed a mass murder.
Well, like realistically, yeah, it's not her fault. But like,
She's responsible as a minor. He's a minor.
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't
really?
let. Well, if you're 16 or 17, like you can't do anything without your parents' permission. Really, right?
I mean, was it her fault though?
I think it was. I put most of the blame on parents in school shootings. I think they should be up for trial.
Yeah.
Say your kid like dies in a mass shooting, he committed it and died. Like you should be on the hook for those kids'
Especially,
lives.
like, clearly you're not
Yeah.
locking your weapon up.
Why are you not?
Yeah.
Okay, say the kid say the kid bought the guns.
Yeah.
Listen, I know you want to protect his privacy and all this stuff, but you're at the end of the day you're responsible for his actions. Why are you not even secretly checking his backpack, check his bag? What is he doing? Who's he hanging out with? Why is he wearing long trench coats?
See, there's tell
Why is he wearing
That's
this long trench
also
coat
that's
every day?
also a gun store issue too, or like who's selling this guy the guns?
I feel like those kids were like really quiet though. Do you know what I mean? Like they're just quiet.
Which isn't
No,
that a
like-
kind of a red flag?
It is.
yeah,
no,
yeah.
Like-
it is like they should just. Yeah, like you should not be able to own a weapon. Maybe put it up to like 21.
I'm like, I don't even know if like I would say that. Like I'm trying to like walk the line. Like I don't want kids to die, but like I think people should be able to
There
do what
should
they
be
want.
better background checks for sure, but also at the
Yeah.
same time, like it isn't at the it's the gun store to do a background check, but it's also like they just met this person. They don't know who this person is. It's the parents too. Like
If you're a minor, everything
you
is
see
your
your kid
parents'
fucking
responsibility.
around, like you can definitely tell whether they're in a good mood or bad mood. You live with them.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think it's like the difference between generations too, right? Because like my parents didn't go like, oh, let's talk about our feelings today, and where
No, never-
our
mine never did.
our generation is more like touchy feely, like
Yeah.
oh, something's hurting you, you need to talk about it, and then it'll be okay. And then you get the kid that comes home and goes like, well, nobody wants to talk to me about my feelings because they're from different generations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if
So,
your
like-
kid's sneaking around, like you
Yeah,
can
but
know.
people didn't talk like kids didn't talk to their
In
sons and daughters
1998,
like that.
that's true too.
Back when they were growing up, like it's all like swept under the rug, and so now you have people that are like kids that are overly stimulated, and people being told like, oh, listen to your feelings, so tapping into that,
Mhm.
and then it just becomes a bigger thing. You can't talk to your parents that are from a different generation. It just doesn't work
Yeah,
that way. You can't expect different things. Like people were told to like stifle in their feelings. You can't ask them to just magically change.
Some
You
advice
just
can be
can't.
good though.
I think like for boys, like I don't think young boys should be out here like crying and like expressing themselves in that way. I think that's not good for young men.
Crying.
I don't think young men should be out here crying and like bitching about stuff like that. Like I think you're just making soft dudes that. I think that just makes soft guys. It's not good for the. I don't think that's good for anybody. Might have been a bunch of weak fucking crybaby boys.
I definitely
It's
think
annoying.
I definitely think that
Yeah.
you can cry, but like obviously be like, hey, that you don't let that emotion rule
If you're
your life. You can feel it, but like don't let that. I don't want to have to hear about it for like forever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I let me ask you this. Because I don't know your personal life too well, but I know your boyfriend. If he came home and was like,
Don't know my boyfriend.
I know him enough because he gave me, I know him only from work. But if he came home and he was like, every day was like crying about something, like, oh, like David said something mean to me today, you would lose respect for him as an adult man. If he was, every problem was like,
Yeah, that's how I am.
yeah. But if he did that, you would be like, what is wrong with this fucking guy? Something.
Honestly, not really.
Really?
Honestly, not really. Like I get what you're saying because I know like a lot of Lash clients come to talk to me and talk to me about like their sons and what's happening.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys actually do want to have conversations with their significant other about like what's going on in their life, and that makes sense.
Sure.
It depends on what the problem is. Like if your boss, like you're really trying really hard and your boss just laid it in and you're like, bud, like I don't know what else I can do. Like that's legitimate.
Yeah.
If you're complaining about something, like if he comes to me and complains about something stupid, like, but this is the thing, I know him, I've been with him for 5 years, so I know what makes him angry. Like for him, what makes him angry is he will like want to win an argument because he's from a big family, so his voice has to be louder than everybody else. So you understand how that person works. If it's somebody like I've dated people that just give up on life and then they blame everybody for their problems, I don't have sympathy for that. If you're not gonna work at fixing your fucking problems, don't make it my problem.
I think what I'm asking is like shedding tears. Like if you came home and your boyfriend was literally crying, like twice a week,
You'd lose respect.
I think you would lose respect for your boyfriend from a female standpoint.
It depends on what else was going on in their life. If they were just getting
his
like,
mom just died. Obviously
if they were coming home crying.
Yeah, like
everything.
Like slams the door.
But even no.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
like,
but even me though, like if I did that all the time, there would be something wrong. So I don't try to look at. But this is the thing: is I wouldn't look at as somebody. I would look at not on their gender. I would look at it as like who that person is. Like
okay.
As a whole. Do
Okay.
you know what I mean?
That's just the question I'm trying to pose because I just feel like you would just be like, this is the man that's supposed to protect me, and like if something goes down, this is how he's gonna react. Like this is how he like deals with his problems. He just balls his eyes out.
But this is the way that I feel like. I feel like if the only way that you deal with your problems is anger, it's the same thing to me. I don't. If you're gonna deal with your problems just solely with anger, you're not a man to me because you don't know how to deal with your problems other than anger. Do you know what I mean?
Right. No, he like can't handle it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, is this maybe the way that he's expressing is kind of like, this is not how you should be expressing this. Is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, you can't let it. You can't let like if something bad happens to you, like if everything's just crumbling down on you, then yeah, it's like you have a breaking point. But if somebody says something stupid to you and then you get worked up about it, like you don't have armor to fight the rest of your battles properly. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you just can't do that.
You would lose faith in that person. Like, okay, like this is such a simple.
Better if I like had the conversation was like.
Yeah, this is always gonna be. Say this is always this is an ongoing issue. Like you come home and your boyfriend is shedding tears over shit at work. But like what my point is like, if my girlfriend was crying over some shit like that, it wouldn't bother me. I would be like, yeah, this is what they do. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking is like, do we want all the boys to come home and be like, oh, the guy called me gay?
Yeah, but does that make you feel insecure every time you're upset about something? Do you be like, oh?
I just think that's a poor way for like young boys to handle their feelings. Yeah. Is what I'm trying to get back to is like, why? You know what I mean? There's like I don't think in this world this is just for a young man to like express their feelings that is not beneficial for them in any way. People look at them as weak. Women won't respect them. Like I don't think you're gonna be like. I don't think it's like a positive thing.
I think they should be told how to deal with their emotions. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like right, like I don't know. That's just how I think, and I think like it's different for females. I think it's a different. I think it's.
I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's healthy for women to be taught to give in to every emotion that they have. I don't think it's.
I think it's more understandable though.
Why?
because men and women you know what I mean? Like we're different. We are different in that way, right? That's one way I think we're different.
Yeah and no, but like I feel like you should always have a logical sense when it comes to things.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be logical because it doesn't matter what gender you are.
Yeah.
Somebody says something rude to you, you have to look at that person and be like, listen, this is not you.
Yeah.
This is somebody else doing this. It doesn't mean that you're not allowed to be hurt by it because it sucks. But it's not you. So you look at it the logical way. Don't look at it as like, not saying that like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like when you're in kindergarten, somebody like punches you in the stomach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of, or you like shin your knee on your bedpost or whatever. You get like a callus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I agree. I think that's a good point. I think that's a good point. I think I just think like do you think that maybe that women make more emotional decisions? No, that's not how I want to phrase it. No, I do think that. I think in a good way, and I think in a different way. Like I think men, like, we are more likely to say commit a violent crime, right? And that's an emotional response, right? Usually, right? Yeah. So I don't want to say like do emotional decisions because violence is like that is an emotion as well. But do you think like if like everyday issues, do you think like say like how am I going to pay for this? Do you think women are more likely to respond emotionally in like everyday normal things?
I think it depends if they have a kid too.
Okay, let's just say like, no kid, neutral.
If they're single, like they probably cry more, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Because it's like the stress of everything.
Right. Okay.
But, yeah.
I'm just curious. I like to ask people these questions, like how their perspective on things like that.
But when you look at it in hindsight, though, like we are told that we have to have somebody else that is going to support us, and it's very hard for us to do it by ourselves.
You want to? Okay, here's a question that's like always kind of on the internet, at least where I'm at. Like it's like a red pill kind of question. And I just
You're like, I don't want.
Here's the question. Okay, because you see a lot of this on the internet. Do you think that women need men? Okay, so you don't want kids. Do you think women need men? Excluding any kind of reproduction.
I think like men need women the same way that women need men.
The same way or the same amount? I think it's different ways.
Yeah, like when it comes to like pay structure, like obviously like when you look at the logistics of things, like men get paid more, but like
but not for the same jobs. Like you and I make the same amount of money.
Like it comes down to like the simple. Not really, because like we can learn anything you guys know how to do. It just takes time, and people don't want to take the effort to learn certain skills, like changing your oil, changing your tire.
Yeah.
Like to say that it's all about effort, though.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with whether your ability to have two hands.
Yeah.
Yes, you have I have a vagina. But like, it doesn't make anybody less qualified to do.
What about in society, like in the world, like a broader sense?
I think you have to like know where your strengths are, because like let's face it, if I'm starving and I look at you and be like, hey, give me some money, you're gonna fucking give me money.
Yeah,
like,
it's more likely.
Be real.
It's definitely
like,
more likely.
Go, hey, give me money. You're gonna give me fucking money. So
I actually had a girl on TikTok. This is good on that. I had a girl on TikTok when we were live. Just after we were live, she hit me up and she was telling me she was a single mom in a bad situation or whatever, and I was like,
because she knows.
But here's the thing. You know what I did? I said, you know what? I was in a bad spot once. You know what I did? You can work in the oil field. I worked in sewage. Whatever. These are jobs that they are in demand for. She's like, well, I need to get out of the house I'm in. I said, perfect. There's a 3-week camp job. You can go into the middle of Alberta and no experience needed. I'll help you find links. I'll send you a link for the job application. And I said, I would rather help you help yourself. And she says, well, can you just e-transfer me money? I said, I'm trying to give you insight into the world that needs workers, right? Mm-hmm. And that you can get paid well, and you can pay to get they'll transport you there for free, for money actually. She said, okay, ... That was just a story that I wanted to say because it was hilarious. I'm like,
there is a difference.
No, I'm just saying I'm trying to help you help yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
it depends on what platform you're trying to. If you're talking to somebody who clearly has like they clearly have an OnlyFans and you're giving them those.
Yes.
Like that's not gonna like make her go do that. Like
no,
she's already made her decision.
Hell no.
She's not gonna do it.
No. But okay, so back to what we were talking about. What were we talking about again? Oh, do you need a man? Like in a broader sense, I'm just saying like every little thing that happens, lights,
I will
this
give
and that.
guys credit though. They are more logical when it comes to things, depending on who you're with. They are more logical. So like, but in that sense, like it's supposed to even each other out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would agree.
But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do like. There's times when Richard goes like, he's like, you know what? Do you really think do you think you're overthinking this, or do you think you're making like a rational? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I'm like, you know what? You're right. But that's where you're supposed to have somebody that levels you out in that way. You know what I mean? And if you don't have that, then you probably shouldn't do it.
I think one thing people overlook as far as just like sexist and their roles in society is just like even just infrastructure and building and you know, the police officers and all these things that are generally like men jobs.
Yeah.
Like most police officers are men. You're a pretty rare case. Most construction workers are men.
What's the girl that?
Yeah, you're 1%. Like
Right?
2%.
No, the girl.
Yeah, but it's a lot more common.
Oh, that she fucked all the guys. Yeah, but that's obviously a rare case. But I'm saying like that's where I think a lot of people overlook at it is like, as a whole society, you might not see it like face to face, but like there's dudes that are keeping your lights on and keeping the clean water coming in, and there's a cop that's hopefully doing his job and not sitting in a parking lot playing Candy Crush that is looking out for all of us, right?
Yeah.
So dudes need other dudes too in the
Yeah.
same sense, but I think like as a broader sense, like people don't really recognize that like these are jobs that mostly men do that are keeping society running entirely.
Yeah.
That you're actually a part of. You also keep society running. Like you're providing housing for,
Yeah.
or you're at the university keeping that going, or you're at the building a hospital. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They also provide the funds.
So you're also you're participating in one of those roles as well.
Yeah.
It's just mostly dominated by men.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people can easily make the statement like, "Oh, we don't need men anymore." But like,
well, we need everybody. I don't really understand. Like this is the thing with me. I don't think it has to be like a men or women thing. I think like, we just need people.
We need people.
I think it's easy to divide people.
I think there's just the more like if you strip away like TikTok and therapy, all these jobs that are like positive things or like bonus things, right? If you get rid of those, like what do you need to survive in society? Like what does society need? Running water, electricity, law and order.
Needs economy.
Transport of goods.
Transport of goods is actually a good one, but I think a lot of women are getting into transport of goods. That's fucking good. I never thought about that. No, I didn't know you went to school. But that's actually one I've never thought of. You know what I mean? These are all things that I think are just there's no reason they can't be 50-50.
Yeah.
But they are male dominated and people just don't give guys credit for it. I'm sure no one gives you credit for it either. Like when they're saying we need housing. But you're building housing.
Yeah, I just think the problem is with it's too hard. I don't know. I think you have to have the right mindset because like you have to think about it. Like nobody really wants to work anymore. Like when I was 16, I didn't want to do like I wanted to fucking have my hair look good every single day. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
Like
I don't want to work anymore.
A 16-year-old, you ask a 16-year-old girl if she wants to work in construction, she will tell you no.
No.
Because I wanted my boobs done when I was 16 years old. Like the dreams were very small.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like.
So why would you say someone like Donald Trump, who's been living lavishly his whole life, why would he want, instead of just keep doing that, why would he decide to help the regular man?
He isn't.
And get it. So how come?
This is good. I think me and Susanna will be more on the same page with this one.
Like, because you never see people going, so when I grow up, I want to be a politician, right? No one ever says that. So,
I knew one guy actually, but yeah, and he did become one. But carry on.
So why would someone change that?
Okay. First of all, you're making an assumption that Donald Trump cares about the people. That's the first thing that
but why would?
He's
okay. So think about this. So why would he want to rerun? Because he's already.
Can I ask you something?
Trump or Biden?
So why would a person like that that's been living out his whole life already had a term?
Can I reply with a question?
Yeah,
Just let them talk.
Sorry.
Can I reply with a question?
Sure.
So my question would be, do you think that Donald Trump wants to be the biggest, best, baddest guy in the world? Do you think he gets off on something like that? Like that he likes to be rich and powerful? You think he enjoys
He's
that?
already rich
He
and
loves it being on
powerful,
TV?
But he's already
Okay.
rich and powerful.
What? So he's been that level for arguably a
Yeah.
long time, right? He's been he's been on TV. He's at his own show. He's got towers, right?
Now he's on Nelk
Now
Boys.
So what's the biggest position in the world?
President.
The U.S. president, right? Do you think that maybe some of his motive would be that I want to be the number one person and it also made him the most famous man on the planet?
I feel like it's very
I
hard
feel
to
like- but I
disguise
feel
if you're
like
being you don't want to be
I
self-serving.
feel like though that
Yeah.
gives anyone an ego. If you
Abs-
know you're in
yeah.
the strongest house in the
100%. And do you not think he loves having that ego? Do you think that it's for the betterment of people?
world. Thank God for the Constitution for only 2 terms. You know?
And do you think when he lost the Electoral College that it didn't bruise his ego?
Oh, 100%.
And do you think that would you say that the only way that you could recover your ego is to also then prove that you can do it twice? And you can win it again? After
Yeah,
you
but-
lost?
but like,
He might.
but here's but my question is that
Might not.
if you already have that, so who's he trying to prove to himself?
To the world.
No, but you're already rich. You're a billionaire, so it's a self thing.
Yeah, it's 100% selfish on his end.
He's trying to just become the best.
Yeah.
To himself.
It's
Everyone
I don't
he
think
goes to everyone he goes to the hotel. Hello,
I
Mr.
don't-
Trump. You know what I
I-
mean? So at that level, once you,
I think
but
he
unless
li-
you're like a regular average Joe, like Obama, he didn't have all that money until after.
Yeah.
But
after using the keyword, yeah. He made a lot of money. Anyways,
Yeah.
go on. Also piece of shit, by the way.
so but like for someone that has everything, so it's only to now to rule a country to not rule a
It's
country.
the
but,
ultimate position of power. Is the United States
but
president.
so that's a
Yeah.
whole self thing. Because who else are you trying to prove it to?
He wants people to be like, oh, look at Donald Trump. He's the president of the United States.
But people
He's
already
so- I
said
love-
that.
But then he
wants-
lost.
No,
He
no,
wants
I'm
to be
talking
able
about
to
before.
say as many
No one said he was the president of the United States before he lost.
No, but
Before he
before he
ran.
became president, people were already saying Donald. You know.
Yeah, but he was falling out of relevancy. What was he doing? What was his show called?
But you're
The
already-
Apprentice was off TV. Like,
No,
what was he doing?
But so
Yeah.
He
yeah,
wants to be
but-
famous, dude. He wants to be famous. Let's be honest. He wants to be famous.
It's one of those people that like it's one of those kids that steals a candy bar, like a 5-cent item, out of like a Walmart and be like, guess what I stole?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Here's
it
a
doesn't
good-
matter what the value of it. He
Here's a
just
good
wanted to be
comparison.
able
Adam
to do
22,
it, right?
arguably also already very famous in the YouTube world, podcast world, the hip hop world. He then decides to chase clout more, let someone sleep with his wife on camera. And guess what? That wasn't enough. Because then he does this whole thing where he's put 3 people have fucked his wife now, by the way. For clout. It's for the internet, and it's for clout, and it's for money. I can make the argument, why would Adam 22, who's already super famous on the internet, has one of the most successful podcasts in the world, why would he let someone fuck his wife on camera? That's crazy. Because he likes the attention.
That comes
And
from it.
I would
He
make
doesn't care how he gets it. It's one of those like
that's like the worst way to get it. Is let someone
Yeah, but
sleep with their wife.
those people are dangerous.
Yeah,
Those
that's
people
what's
are
crazy.
incredibly
Will
dangerous
Smith.
because they don't give a
Will
fuck.
Smith, these people love the fame, they love the attention. Now, do I think there's worse politicians than Trump? Absolutely. And would I vote Trump over Biden? Absolutely. But I think you give him too much credit.
No, I just
Sometimes you
what
don't have to
I
just-
can't figure out is that for a guy that has everything, that doesn't need to worry about anything, that like if that 2012
Yeah,
movie
but
came in,
if your
he'd have a
currency-
ticket to the Ark.
Can I make another argument?
Why would you try to do anything more, but you already have everything? That's the only thing.
Here-
and that's where I'm giving the credit. Maybe he's been.
Trump was famous in the 90s, into the 2000s,
but
into
maybe-
reality
He's in Home
TV shows.
Alone.
You're
guys.
saying negative, but maybe
Trump
it's,
is in Home
it's-
Alone.
It's more of I want to be the superhero and I want to save.
That is not a good. That's not. I don't know. Save. I don't think save. I think he wants to be the superhero.
Okay.
You know who's also superhero? That dude from The Boys that fucking took the whole airplane of people down. I don't know if you've seen that show.
Yeah,
Homelander is
I don't
also a superhero,
Yeah, I know Homelander.
right? Can we agree on that? I think it's a very similar thing. That's great. Glad I thought about that.
No, that's actually a good
Yeah, because Devin loves
in a way.
Homelander too.
I'm not saying the evilness of it.
Somebody's
but
currency
it's,
doesn't necessarily have to be money. It can be.
When you have all the
attention.
money in the world, it means
Why would
nothing.
you try to?
Yeah.
But why would you want to? But that's the only thing.
I think
It's
you're
like-
underestimating how he thinks.
I know, but it's also, it's like, why didn't he think about this 20 years ago?
He did.
He-
He did. I saw an interview where he
said no.
if he ever ran for
He said no
politician,
with
he would
Oprah.
vote. He would run for Republican because that's the dumbest voter base. That's what he said.
Oprah asked him, "Would you ever run?" He said, "No, I don't think I will."
But what did he say after that?
Why would you start this at the end of your life? That's the only thing I don't understand.
Buddy, his relevancy was here, and by 2015, like who was talking about Donald Trump?
Except in
Mac
Home Alone
Miller.
when they watch
Mac
it.
Miller had a song in like 2012 about Donald Trump. Wow, big deal. People weren't like he wasn't. I don't think The Apprentice was hitting. That was one of the biggest reality shows, right?
Miss
Why?
Universe?
Why? Hold on. Why, if you got all the money and you already super famous, why start a reality TV show? Why do that? Where you waste your time making a little bit of money?
For more money.
I don't think he made that much money compared to what he was making from real estate. He's an $8 billion man right
So
now.
you're saying showman? He wants to.
He likes the cameras. Can we be honest? He loves the cameras.
Yeah.
Some people.
I just don't want you to be sit here and think that this is like a perfect angel of a person.
No,
that
I
cares
just
about you.
don't understand why he wouldn't start this 20 years earlier.
'Cause
He's trying to diagnose his genre of evil, but it's self-serving.
I think
it's
he was-
not. Some people are monetary, other people. It's
Like, why would I want to do this when I'm old?
He was already doing it. He had a huge reality TV show. He had all this stuff going on. And then he turns into 70 years old. It's like, yeah, like, what can I do next? Oh, Ronald Reagan became president in the 80s. He was a movie star. Why can't I do the same thing? I just don't think his intentions are as, like, good as you think they are.
I don't think they're as necessarily as intellectual as they think they are either.
I don't think
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I know. And trust me, like I said, I would vote for him over a whole fucking list of people, including our prime minister. I just don't give these people credit.
You don't give any government credit.
No, because give me an example where the government is like genuinely looked out for the people. It doesn't really exist.
Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill, yeah, you're playing a violin to my feelings right now because I got 4 Winston Churchill things on my wall. It's not even Winston Churchill. Yeah, I think Winston Churchill is a very large topic, but yeah, he wanted to win the war.
But did he want to win the war to be the hero and care about his ego and it was all ego and not
No,
give a fuck about the people?
I don't think Winston
I mean-
Churchill did it for selfish reasons. I agree with that. But that was 1940, so if you want to compare it 80 years ago, go ahead. Oh my god. Fucking hilarious. Okay, well, I think we're probably at the end of this, eh?
Yeah,
What do
I
you
think so.
Anything else you want to mention,
charge my
Susanna?
phone.
Yeah, we can charge your phone. Is
I
that an
love
iPhone?
men. I actually truly love men.
He's got
Is this
the
iPhone?
Tesla
Yeah, it's an
charging
iPhone.
kit.
I don't have
in the
that
back.
charger, I don't think.
Are you on? What's wrong? Okay, Devontae, go to my car.
I
Get
think,
my charger.
yeah, we'll grab your charger. We will grab your charger. First of all, though, before we end this, I should have plugged this an hour and a half ago. Check out brokenglasssupply.ca, guys. Free shipping over $50. This is Devin from Raised by Comedy. Check them out at Raised by Comedy. This is Roan from at Raised by Comedy. And then, of course, our special guest here, Susanna. Her Instagram / TikTok.
Yeah.
You gotta plug
Glam
it.
and Grit.
Glam and Grit.
Glam and Grit.
91?
91.
91. Glam and Grit 91. Go follow her. Check out her page. I'll put a link in the description as well. And, of course, you know me, the charming Davey on everything. And thank you so much for watching, guys. And we will see you next time.
Later.
Good work, guys. That was fantastic.
I think
Big cheese, no design on my jacket. Work hard, now I'm changing my bracket. Talk tough, we ain't hear that racket. Dogs came in, you know how to stack it. Take it wrong, but I'ma need my ends though. I got tigers on my chest like Kenzo. Rail came, yeah, he putting that Benz though. Carol's here, man, you know you stay 10 toes. Big dog, man, you know I ain't worried. Bent up, so I'm talking real slurry. Got a blast, bro, I'm always in a hurry. Big Drake, shooting dirty like Curry. Take a yerky, ain't know he stay passed up. You don't catch him late night, then you ass out. No, real, how to put an E-class up. They like, X nigga, how you take the fast ride? 2018, it was me and Big